Hey, Steve and I have a 2013 Chevy Tahoe here in the shop, and we're getting ready to put a radiator in it. What I'll do is at the end of the video, I'll lay out all the tools that we used, and I'll show you what was involved with the tools.
So we're going to remove this front cover here with these button plugs, button plug tool, get these all out. And then we got 4 bolts for the, a couple bolts for the radiator fan assembly to pull out. We had to measure the tank size, and we'll go over that with you guys, because when we went to place the order, there was a bunch of different questions about the radiators. It got, you know, an oil cooler, and has it got transmission cooler? Is it an automatic? There was a lot of questions on it, and we actually had to take this cover off and take the bolts out of the fan here and unbolt the radiator and lean it forward so we can measure the distance of the core and the thickness of the core. So the customer just pulled out and we're getting on it right away. So, you know, we're just releasing the pressure on the cap here. Gotta be really careful with that. All right, so we got that off. Now the hose is squishy on the top so that we know that we're good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disconnect the hose here and tuck it up out of the way. I don't think I have to take the ductwork off. It's probably not a bad idea, but I think once I get the fan out, I think I got plenty of room. And so once I get the fan out, we can find the petcock. And I've got a couple of electrical plugs down here for the fan. We'll show you how to disconnect those. And then disconnect this plug right here for the 2 oil cooler lines that we got. And we'll be able to get the fan up out of the way. So take this off and just kick it aside. And I'm going to try and open this clamp up, or sometimes you're better off just prying the button plug part of it out of the radiator, the electrical fan shroud here. All right, so I got the button plug tool here, and you know, I have better luck doing it that way. These things are kind of a pain in the ass to take off. You got to get this clip right here off. It's easier to just pry this thing off. So right now we can just take the fan shroud, the radiator hose, and we just tuck it up out of the way for now. I'm probably going to just tie wrap the thing over here to the belt for now, and it should pretty much keep it out of my way. So we'll see what we're going to do with that. Let's see what my options are here. Am I better off? Yeah, I think I'm better off going this way. So I'm going to tie wrap it, you know, up to something up here, and that'll keep it out of the way. And then we'll just take the hose off here once we get the fan out. So let me get something to secure this right now and go around the ductwork here. We got 2 10mm bolts here for the fan, and then we got that other connector down here for the cooler lines. And I'm gonna just try and pry the same tool that I use for the hose. See if we can pry that out. Okay, we got that out. And I've got I'm gonna grab the mirror so that we can see the electrical connector just has a squeeze tab here, right here, where my thumb is. Just squeeze that down, get that off, and I'm not sure if it's plugged into the bottom of the shroud. We'll have to get down there and look. But let's get the other side unplugged. Here, I've got the same style electrical connector. Okay, it looks like there's a bolt in here. Might be 2 bolts that are bolted into the fan shroud, a couple of 10mm, and we're going to try and get the ratchet down in here. Okay, I got one right here out, and there's another one. There's another one down here. Okay, I'm gonna have to reach down it.
What was the first one?
First one was right here.
I didn't even know.
right here.
All right, the first one's right there.
Yeah, and then it's just below it is the second one down here.
All right.
We're gonna take these two bolts out right here, and hopefully we can slide the fan out. If not, we're gonna have to deal with those harnesses that have probably just got plugs in there holding them into the plastic. Okay, so these are 13s. So all four of these for the radiator and the fan are the same one. Just slide these plastic sleeves off right here. There's one there and there's one down here. And they got those little bejesus clips in there. And we're gonna go pick them out with our pick and try not to lose them. And then we'll get these lines pulled back, and then we'll be able to get the fan shroud out easy. The fan's hitting right here. Of course, for some reason they have to have this big stanchion sticking out here, you know, for the fan. So we can't really get by that. So let's get these little clips out. These things tend to want to go flying, so I'm gonna get the mirror and find out where the opening is on it. Okay, I got one bejesus clip. Set that one there, and this one here, if I can, okay, I got the line out. This is the only one that's really sticking me, I think, to get the radiator fan out. So let's see if we can pull this out.
There you go.
Okay.
Nice.
So let's find the petcock now. Here's where it comes out. Oh, this is one of those glorious radiators where I don't know, I don't think there is a petcock on it.
Use a drill. A drill with the pick.
But this is where our radiator was leaking, right in this area in here, in the tank down here. If you look down on the bottom, right in here.
Yeah.
This is where it was leaking at the crimp in the seam.
Yeah, you can see it.
But yeah, that sucks. There's no.
Is it on the front?
No, I mean, there's the tube for it to come out. I've seen these GMs before. You can see the hose tube right there.
Yeah.
You know, but I've seen these GMs before where there's no petcock on them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get a bucket underneath this side over here.
Yep.
And we'll
pull a little hose.
It makes a friggin' mess, you know. So unfortunately, yeah. All right, so I want to get some of the coolant coming out of this thing. So,
hey Steve, some engineer said I'm going to say 5 cents a cup by not putting a cock on the radiator. Right?
Kind of ridiculous. They get the housing hole right there. They just didn't put a drain plug in it, and kind of ridiculous. They put the hose on the side of it, but so wonder if we're gonna open up our new radiator and see if that one has one. So we're gonna unbolt the top of the radiator, the 13s. So when we went to order the radiator, we had to take these 4 bolts out and lean the radiator back. So what we're trying to check here right now is, so we've got our 2 oil cooler lines over here for the new radiator. We've got the hose on the right side, and then we've got the training lines on this side. And we had to measure, they asked about the length of the radiator core. And if we go across here, we've got, say 34 and 5/8 from end to end. And then the width of the core is basically like an inch. It's 1 inch core. So our new radiator over here has the 1 inch core. This is the same. This is the 1 inch right here. So that's good. And then we said we were like 30
Something like that.
Yeah, so we're right there.
Okay.
So we've got the right radiator. Now, we were telling you the pet is down here, and so the radiator that's in the car does not have a petcock, but it's got the little nipple sticking out over here, and it's just some of these GMs, they didn't put drain plugs on them. So now we got to pull this radiator hose off and just let it gush, basically.
Yeah.
You know, which kind of sucks, but we're gonna get a big can underneath the truck and get ready for that. Put one bolt back in the radiator, just so when I'm yanking on that hose down there, it's not gonna. Well, you know, I'm gonna put this one back in too because I gotta pull on the lines and. Well, you know, we did this to make sure that we have the right radiator. So, all right. So now when I go to yank on these lines, I got something secure here. So, all right, this is a coolant line, and you know, we pull this one off. We'll have the bucket down there, and we can catch some coolant. But you know, it's kind of gonna make a mess. I think I'm gonna take the two transmission lines off first, tuck them up out of the way. These have those plastic caps that we just grabbed and peel off these. And now we got two more bejesus clips to deal with over here. And we'll have, you know, the one big one down here. So we're over here now. Let's get this one.
There it goes. I was afraid these goddamn things are gonna go flying.
Okay, let's keep it right over here. And okay, I've got this one out. So we're gonna tuck these up out of the way. So these are clear now. Let me get a rag down there so we don't trip. The light down there. Yeah, we'll clean this all up after. Okay, so I don't want to take this side off because I'm going to spill coolant all over the computer here, and I don't really want to do that. So we're going to go and get these two bejesus clips off over here. Probably going to have to get the light in over here.
Yeah.
And this is another coolant line. This is right up on top, so I don't think this one's really going to make much of a mess, but okay. All right. You're gonna put these somewhere safe. All right, now the bottom one's gonna suck even worse.
Yeah, it's way the hell out there.
Got it.
Sweet.
So we're gonna wiggle the transmission lines. Okay, that comes out. And we're gonna try and tuck it up so that it's not gonna drain any fluid. And we'll get this one off. Usually just twist them and shake them and they come out. Alright, so it's draining tranny fluid out of the cooler. What sucks about this is it's gonna, you know, if you're trying to reuse your antifreeze, it's trying to drip into your antifreeze. But you really can't get at this clip right here for the radiator hose unless you get the line off. So, you know, we've got this line right here and this other line to get off these two. So let's try and get these two. I gotta get a bucket underneath the truck. Okay, so we got our radiator tool here.
If you don't have one of these fancy tools, you can sometimes use a pair of water pump pliers to grab them.
Squeezing this thing to the max, and it's
These clamps are a pain.
that's what I mean about making a fucking mess. We're sliding these two coolant line clamps off. There's one there, and we've got one here. Let's see if we can grab it with these pliers. We may need a different pair of pliers. These may work.
get some. All right, so this one's spinning. All right, this one's off. This one I gotta get a peck of something. All right, let's try and pry this loose here. Okay, there we go. All right, let me tuck this one back here, out of the way. All right, so we got the lower hose off. Let's go get this upper hose off. And I think we got all the baloney taken off this thing here, so.
If you can get out of those water pumps, it's easier than that stupid tool. I hate that tool.
This thing's still full of coolant, so I'm trying to set it up like that so I don't make a mess.
Yeah.
It's coolant right up into the hose here. So, all right, let's pull so I think if I take these two bolts off right now, looks like this radiator is gonna come out. And we should have good clearance here with everything.
Hey, you got a lot of room in there.
You know, this is our lower hose over here. Tuck that out of the way. All right, let's get these 213s back out. If you look on our old radiator over here, there's a little step that this is going to sit in. It's probably not going to make much of a difference, but see, if you look at this one, see how tight it is?
Yeah, the old radiator's over here. It's a little bit different.
Everything's the same, but this has a step up so that this fits tight on it. And I'm looking at that. That looks like it's part of the radiator, so that ain't coming out. So these are I'm gonna sit these down back into the radiator saddle, and then we'll have to find the holes. So we got one here. This one fits tight,
Yeah,
but this one's got a little
bit of play.
See how it's oblong here?
Yep. There you go. Yeah, take these caps out of there.
Now we can leave the clips in here, these bejesus clips, because the lines have like a tapered cone to them. So we're gonna put a little bit of grease on these O-rings in here, a little dielectric grease in here and here, so that they'll slide in easy. Take this off and this off. Just got a little never-sees on my brush. I'm just gonna put a little in there.
Help the lines slide in a little bit easier.
Yeah. Some rubbers here to change over.
It's gonna take these off the old radiator and put them into the new one.
Yeah.
There you go. Should be two of those.
It's like you can push down on the metal sleeve. It's like a two-piece thing here. But just tuck this up in here. Force it in. Okay. Give it a squeeze. Okay. Jeez. Jeez, crackers. Alright. So we got two bolts over here. Let's get these lined up tight. And then we can start clipping all of our lines back in. Okay, so we can clip the bottom oil cool line. Remember I was telling you have like a tapered edge to them here? So we can push that one in, and we got to make sure it clicks. We can't put the top one in because we couldn't put the shroud in, but we can get everything on that side back together. So maybe we'll start over here right now, and we'll start by getting this lower radiator hose back on. Okay.
Get it?
Yeah. So this was the bottom line. We've already got the bejesus clip in, and it's just snapped in into place. And man, I kind of don't remember that line. It's got a mark on the hose, but I'm not really comfortable with that. But I don't think I can really roll this line much farther over there. And then this, when this thing came on, it held. Okay, all right, it's away from it. I just want to make sure it ain't rubbing there on the hose. So, all right, this one snapped in. We'll slide this cover back over. Okay, that one's on. And then we've got a hose. This one went down the bottom here. The pliers will squeeze that one on. Okay, put that one on. And we can just tuck this out of the way for now until we get our shroud back in there. And then the top training line, yeah, this one didn't really make a difference either. I think it went
There you go.
here. Yeah, this one went like that. Okay, that one clipped in. Snap this in place. Okay, it was locked on, and then we had this upper radiator hose. This last hose here, we needed these pliers to put this one on. Okay. All right, so all of these are back on this side, so we can slip our. Yeah, it doesn't matter if I rotated this thing or not. All right, so we're gonna put just a lower oil cooler line in here and try and get this one. These are more difficult to snap in. Okay,
There you go.
all right, slide the clip over that. Okay, so now we can drop the fan down because we don't have this one hooked up, and we're gonna go in on an angle with the fan. And the bottom of the fan sits down into the slots over here and here, and then we can finish that up. So right now we've got all of our coolant lines hooked up. We've got clearance for our line right here, clamps on, disc clamps on. We've got our transmission line in, the transmission line in, our other hose in up here. We could tuck this down in here just to help us get the let's see. Jesus, Tony.
Alright.
How the hell did that drop in so easy so far?
Yeah, don't jinx yourself.
Okay. Oh, so we got two things here. So they drop into these little slots right here.
Yeah.
The light down there.
Yep, it did.
Yeah. Okay, it's in. Yeah, it's in that slot now. Okay,
There
now
you
it's
go.
locked in. So you see the little slot down here where my finger is? That had to lock into there.
Okay.
And if we grab the fan now, it's locked in.
Okay.
All right, so we can put our that on there. Lock that back up in place. Okay, so we got our go on the other side of that. Yeah, good. All right, now I gotta lock that back down into there.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, this hose was. Man, I'm wondering, was this hose on the other side of that line? But as long as it ain't rubbing, I'm good. So I don't remember if it was, but I think we're okay because it ain't rubbing on it. So okay, so we got our two 13 millimeter bolts. We'll put in here. That one. Okay, so we've got our other oil cooler line that we can pop in now. Okay, that's in. Got that clip in there. Okay. And these black covers just stop the clip from popping out.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to cut our tie wraps. Up here, the button plug. Okay, that's locked in. Slide this hose over a little bit more. I got all my clearance. This is on the way it should be. It shouldn't be on the other side of the line. Okay, it's lined up here. It's in the clip here. I got my clip in here, and we've got the two bolts that might have just screwed myself, but I can get my arm down in there so it. The fan clip here, got to get the got these two clips in here. Just trying to find the. Okay. Here's the clip.
There are bolts in those clips?
Yeah, right there it is. I gotta get my hand down there to tighten these up. I got it tightening with my hand. All right, that one's almost tight. I gotta. Oops, sorry. Get the ratchet in here with the 10.
It's 10 mil.
Yeah. Okay, that was that one. And we've got this last one to get in right here. Lines up into there. Okay, button plugs.
fill it up. So after we got our fan shroud in, we have to remember to,
Plug in the
all
fan.
important, plug in the connector. Okay, heard the click. Let's get over here. We got a couple things. We got the electrical connector over here. Lock in place.
There's 2 electrical connections to the fan.
Yeah. Going by feel here, I can't see shit.
Try to grab the light.
Yeah, there it is. There's my click. And the last thing is we've got our oil cooler line clip. Let's line this thing up. Come on, baby. There it is. Okay, so oil cooler lines are secured. Got electrical connections plugged into the fan. We're all ready to go. Got the deck's cool antifreeze we're putting in.
Fill this up, the reservoir up, run the truck, let it suck down a little bit, fill the radiator up, keep topping it off. So here's the tools that we used. We had this trim piece removal tool, a flathead screwdriver, a little pick right here to get the radiator hoses off, a mirror so we can see some things. This tool right here is a clamp to get the radiator hose clamp off. You can also use water pump screws usually if you don't have one of these. Some side cutters, 13 mil socket, and some needle nose pliers, and another 10 millimeter socket right here.